The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
I see where TCU quarterback Josh Hoover is going to go to the transfer portal, Jamie. Do you have any interest there?
No, he's a TCU guy. No thanks.
I mean, it's kind of a fait accompli. It seems like that Brendan Sorsby is going to be your quarterback next year, but we'll see. We'll see what January 2nd brings.
I would prefer Sorsby. He takes care of the ball a lot better than Hoover did this year. That's for certain. I think Hoover's a talented player. I'm not saying I think he would be bad for us or anything like that. He's a TCU guy.
And this is the challenge and the problem with this. I mean, listen to this quote from him. And so you just wonder, well, then if you're so happy, then why are you leaving? I think we know the reason. I'm so thankful to have had the opportunity to represent TCU for an incredible 4 years. It has been a dream to be able to play and graduate from this university, and I will forever be grateful for that. I've prayed about this and decided that I will be entering the transfer portal. Okay. I just don't understand.
Yeah, if it's so great, why are you leaving?
Why are you leaving?
Yeah.
Right. Why are you leaving? Do you feel like you can make more money somewhere else? Is that what this is about? Or do you not like Sonny Dykes? Do you don't feel like that they can win, so you're just going to quit and move on to the next place?
I assume he's going to try to transfer up, to a team that has he feels like he has a better chance to be to get into the college football playoff or whatever. Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Yeah, you're probably right on that. In 4 years at TCU, 9,629 yards, 71 touchdowns, and 33 interceptions. So anyway, I saw that and I read that quote, and I'm like, well, not everything is just going to always, work out for the absolute ultimate best. Not everybody can walk off the field a champion in their last game. But if you're happy with what you've been doing, you're happy with your school, then why are you leaving it? I don't know. It just seems crazy. I did not watch the NFL game last night, but it was a doozy. I just had other stuff going on. But my question for you is, did you see the 2-point conversion play that was made into a 2-point conversion after replay when it looked like it was not going to be that way. It looked like it was an incomplete pass.
I watched some of the game. I did not see the end.
Yeah. 38-37, the Seahawks won it in overtime. And the thing that's really weird about the 2-point conversion that ended up being called a 2-point conversion was that they did the review as the teams were lining up to kick off. I mean, that's how long it took them to get to that that replay and that review. And it was a backwards pass that was thrown by Sam Darnold to Zach Charbonnet, but was ruled to be incomplete initially and then was determined to be backwards. Charbonnet had casually picked up the loose ball in the end zone and was credited with the points. It just goes to show you that you play until the whistle's blown. I mean, sometimes you even play after it. I saw it. I mean, I've seen one angle. It was really close. And so he throws the ball backwards and it gets kind of deflected off of a Ram helmet, and then the ball ends up in the end zone. I mean, I'm sure they looked at it 15 ways to Sunday and determined that it was, like you said, a backwards pass. But man, or like they said, it was a backward pass, and then it's picked up in the end zone. So I don't know. Just it looked like a play from the 70s when the Dave Casper for the Oakland Raiders fumbles forward a ball and then ends up in the end zone, and Raiders score a touchdown, and then they end up changing the ruling on that the next year.
Yeah, it looks like a backwards pass to me.
It doesn't? Okay.
Yeah, I think they got it right. Holy cow, that's a funky play.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a funky play. Like I said, I saw one angle of it, so
that's just not something you'll see very often or ever.
No,
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Okay. A couple of you have weighed in on my idea. Washed Up Guy says, I think you have something there, Chuck. My wife and I are headed to Miami, but our personal logistics and finances are drawing the line there. The one flaw would be that you have the same limitations if you're a team that has to play on the road every game. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Lance says, Jeff has a point about winter grads. However, the economic impact for Tech and Lubbock would be too great to pass up, but that's assuming that you'd be in there every year. You can't assume that. I mean, you've been in there one time, and you're getting ready to be in there in your first time, so can't always assume that. 6:37 this morning here on the Morning Drive.
I mean, the economic impact for Amarillo and Midland, Odessa would be great too, because there's only so many beds, there's only so many parking spaces, there's only so many restaurants. Plainview would be packed. Yeah, Plainview would have its largest population ever those weekends because you're just not built for that yet. The reason the NFL could pull it off is because they've been doing it since the beginning.
Yeah. 6:38 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Thoughts, comments. One basketball note that I saw, and this is coming from Coach Grant McClasland about Luke Bamboye. Does not feel like he'll be available tomorrow for the game against Duke, but hasn't ruled him out moving forward. So still don't know the exact nature of the injury.
Okay.
But doesn't sound like he's going to play tomorrow. Unless he just wakes up,
Definitely a leg injury, right? Lower leg injury.
Yeah, it looked like
stepped on a foot and
could have been a knee or it could have been an ankle. But it sounds like I think it's more like a knee.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard knee.
So hopefully he'll be able to come back at some point in time. What that is, I don't know. Carl says the refs definitely got the call correct. It was a crazy game. Okay, I'm buying what you're selling saying.
I think it was the right call. It's just a crazy, crazy play.
And then it's in the time that it took. I mean, by the time that the player they're lined up for the kickoff, and when they finally got to the replay and ruled on it.
Yeah, it also wasn't the deciding points.
It wasn't.
Tied the game at 30.
Yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't. So teams still they had to go to overtime though to finish that game off. So it was crazy. And there were opportunities for the Rams to win in other fashions too. So it's not like that was the critical. I mean, it was a critical call, but. And like you said, they got it right.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Drive time for the boom, boom, boom. Oh, no. I'm an hour ahead, aren't I? I'm so sorry.
Did it twice.
I know I did.
You're lucky the sponsor's there. Otherwise, I'd have changed the bet out.
I know. I was like.
Yeah, shout out to the sponsor of this day in sports history because they are the reason we are doing this day in sports history for December 19th, 2025.
Thank you.
1927 National Football League Championship game took place. New York Giants won 11-1-1 for their overall record. It was a first to the post title. They were the first ones to have the most amount of wins you could have that year. So that's how they won the title.
Yeah.
1948, National Football League Championship in Philadelphia. Philadelphia Eagles shut out the Chicago Cardinals 7-0 in a snowstorm dubbed the Philly Blizzard.
Wow, that was creative.
Hey, man.
The Philly Blizzard.
48, man. They could use the original titles back then.
I guess you're right, yeah.
1984, Wayne Gretzky at age 23 is the 18th and youngest NHL player to score 1,000 points. 1990, Los Angeles Raiders running back Bo Jackson is named to the AFC Pro Bowl team as a reserve, becoming the first athlete chosen for an All-Star game in both Major League Baseball and in the NFL. 2010, the miracle at the new Meadowlands, because we already had a miracle at the Meadowlands. Right. We had to have one at the new Meadowlands.
The new one, right.
Philadelphia Eagles trailed the New York Giants by 21 points with 8 minutes to play before scoring 4 touchdowns in the final 7 minutes, including a dramatic walk-off punt return for a touchdown by Deshaun Jackson. And in 2015, Aaron Ross registered a career-high 15 points and was one of 6 players to pile up double figures as Texas Tech men's basketball tucked away, dominating 94-54 victory over Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah, there you
go. Dolly Parton, big fan of today.
It's her birthday?
National Hard Candy Day. One of her songs is Hard Candy Christmas.
Did you know that, Jamie?
I did not know that.
Hard Candy Christmas?
Okay. I didn't know that, no.
Jake Gyllenhaal is 45. Alyssa Milano, 53. Richard Hammond is 56. Kevin McHale, 68. Warren Sapp, 53. And Jose Leclerc is 32. It's very hard for me not to just scream Hammond for Richard Hammond. If you'd watched Top Gear, you know why.
Okay.
Sad day for Chuck Heinz, 1972.
Why is that?
Apollo lunar landing program ends. One of the last 3 astronauts to travel to the moon splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean. Apollo 17 had lifted off from Cape Canaveral just 10 days before.
We're going back in February. I mean, they're gonna circle the moon, Artemis 2, and then they're gonna land that puppy in another year or so.
Not there yet. 53 years and counting. This day in sports history.
All right, 6:48 this morning here on the morning drive. Thank you for being with us today. I was all wound up to do stories and stuff, and I don't know, I got a little ahead of myself. So I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah. I was watching the Baylor Southern game last night, the women's game, because the Lady Raiders are playing Baylor on Sunday. I saw something in the game last night that you may have seen this before, but I've never seen this before. So there's a foul called on Southern, and it happens right in front of the Southern bench. Player, it's a blocking foul, okay? And both teams are over the limit. And so the coach is asking for an explanation because it looked like it could have been called either way, all right? It was one of those deals. There's 4 players kind of right in front of them. They all kind of get clogged up over there. Maybe it's 3 players, 2 Southern and one Baylor. Anyway, there's a collision, and it looked like the Southern player was set, and I think that's what his deal was, and it looked like the Baylor player plowed over. And so the official calls foul, and they're going to send somebody to the free throw line. And so the coach is talking to him, and the official, and this is a good official, she's trying to explain to, and I say she's a good official because she's good at explaining things. And we actually had this official in Lubbock on Wednesday, and she's really good about coming over and explaining things to the crowd, and was doing that in the game on last night. Well, she gets distracted because she's trying to explain to the coach what's going on, and the other 2 officials, for some reason, they don't send the right player to the free throw line, and the girl at the free throw line, she hits the first one.
Okay.
And then the official looks over there and goes, "No, that's the wrong girl at the free throw line. This girl should be at the free throw line." So they take the point off the board and put the right girl on the free throw line to shoot.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen plenty of times where the wrong person tried to step in there, and they're like, "Nah, it was the other guy, other girl, whatever." But I've never seen point go up on the board for making a free throw. I'm like, nope, take that off. It's the wrong person. Almost feels like that should be like a technical.
Yeah, but I think it was the other officials that put the other.
Okay, well, all right, then that's fair. Then
I don't think it was anything nefarious that Baylor was trying to do.
So it was the officials' issue, not
they just got the wrong girl at the free throw line because there were 2 of them right there. I mean, they were like, and it wasn't like the Southern coach was going crazy. I mean, they were having it looked to be a calm conversation because there wasn't any hand motioning or head bobbing or cable, stomping feet and stuff like that. It looked like it was just a conversation, and the official was just trying to explain what she saw.
Yeah,
and got distracted.
Seen that before. Yeah.
So that was kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Southern lost the game. Baylor won handily, if you look at it, 77-60. But just in watching that game last night, Jamie, I didn't see this dominant Baylor performance like we've seen in previous years. Now, they have good players, don't get me wrong, and they're ranked 15th in the country for a reason. But there have been times...
Well, like the last poll, weren't you the second from the in those others receiving votes. So you're kind of like 27th.
Yeah. So Texas Tech's teetering. My point is that there've been times whenever Baylor took somebody out, they would replace that player with an equal player. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now their leading scorer was out last night. She's injured. I don't know how injured she is. Like, will the magic sponge kind of wipe her down, the injured spot, and she'll be fine on Sunday? I have no idea. But it's a game that I think you can be competitive, and if things go the right way, maybe you can steal a win on Sunday. I just don't feel like it's a dominating Baylor team. I know I'm setting them up, right?
Yeah, you are putting a little extra pressure on them now. Baylor's not that good.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're.
I think you could steal a road win.
I'm not saying they're not that good. I'm just saying they're not the dominating Baylor that we've seen in previous years.
You're doing some big talk for the Lady Raiders that I hope you're not having to answer for on Monday.
On Monday, I know. I may have to swallow, but I mean, they still have Fauntleroy.
I feel like there's an awful lot of Lady Raider fans who are looking at Sunday going, okay, now it's time to show me something.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You are building up a mountain that they are going to have to climb.
And I feel like this year you've done a much better job.
You have.
Of staying even keeled on this. You've not set them up too high and ultimately ended up disappointing the fan base.
Yeah.
But I guess today's the day.
No, I'm just telling you. I mean, like Baylor went 13 of 24 from the free throw line last night.
That's not good.
They turned it over. They had 19 turnovers yesterday. Southern got to within 7 a couple of times. Look, I'm just saying it's not the Baylor that we've seen in previous years.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
And we're also hoping it's not the Lady Raiders that we've seen
in recent
years.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I just feel like that you can be...
This is a big-time measuring stick game, in my opinion. So I
agree.
It's an important one.
I agree. This Chuck is metaphorically chanting overrated to Baylor. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you. As I watched that game last night, I'm like, I saw Southern miss so many shots in the paint and going, well, we're better than that. We're better than that. We're better than that.
We've had our share of missed shots in the paint too, though.
Oh, I know. Hey, you know what? In Wednesday's
they've been better, but Texas Tech has had their fair share of missed shots in the paint too.
In Wednesday's game, they missed one layup. Crazy. Because in the past, that's not been the case.
And they weren't facing Baylor.
I understand.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Your little pieces of advice, okay? I like Jeff's Lent's lessons. We get this, Lent's letters, okay?
Lent's letters.
Okay. Lent's hints, okay? Lent's literacies. Mm-hmm. Lent's lamentations. It's got to be easy to say, guys. Longevity. I mean, I've got that word down now. I think
that's good.
I think I've got it down. I think I've got it.
That proves that you can teach old dogs new tricks,
and that we're all allowed to improve.
Yeah, there you go.
We get this.
But what does longevity mean?
Well, that's what I hope to have in life.
Okay. I'm just making sure you're not saying longevity and thinking that
I know what it means. Okay. I mean, sometimes when you look at words, we all have them.
Oh, sure. Everybody's got one.
We all have them, several. Longevity was a word that I struggled with, just for whatever reason. Good morning, Tres Amigos. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Leaving for 2 weeks to visit my son, stationed in the Pacific. I will be having a Mai Tai at 7 a.m., watching a Tech victory on New Year's Day in Hawaii.
Sweet.
When we were in Hawaii this summer, I tried a Mai Tai. Just because I felt like, we're in Hawaii, we should have a Mai Tai. It wasn't really my cup of tea.
It was your Mai Tai, not a cup of tea.
I know, but I just didn't care for it. I know. I got it. Mai Tai, not my cup of tea.
It's crazy that you wouldn't enjoy something that's pronounced Mai Tai.
Yeah, right. It's my tie, not yours.
Yeah, I know. Because you have like over 200 or something.
No, it might be more than that. I mean, I need to kind of cull those down a little bit because I'm not wearing 200 different ties. Although I've tried to wear all my Christmas ties this year. I got to make sure that I have.
And you're wearing your turtleneck today.
Well, that's
no tie with a turtleneck.
I know it's Friday. It just kind of felt like
he wanted to get his Baylor green on.
I just didn't feel like this is kind of a Christmas green. I'm not wearing this on Sunday, I'll tell you that.
That's good. That's a good plan on your part.
I wonder if those two freaky dudes will be there wearing their all gold. Man, those guys are weird looking. They have these gold hats and gold like outfits, and I think they go to baseball games too. I think there was a year that I was watching a Tech baseball game, and these two wackadoodles were at the baseball game too.
You think somebody says that about Chuck in his Christmas suit?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, look. I mean, I know that people. I know I'm not for everybody. Again,
oh, sure.
70-30 at best. 70-30 at best.
And that's how you want it. You love him or hate him. That's where
you loved
Chuck
or hated.
wants to be.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm just fine with that. Lent's tidbits. Jamie's jams for his music selection. Yeah. Jamie's jargon. Somebody says this about Duke. They've had it rolling for a while. I don't know, 40 years. Yeah, you're right about that. But, when you change coaches, because they had it rolling under one coach for so long.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the rolling stopped.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think the rock got stuck in a crevice or anything.
He's not one of the national championships.
Don't even think it slowed down at all. I think it just kept on moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, some programs. I mean, it's when you have a blue blood program. I mean, sometimes you're able to just replace coaches along the lines. And Duke hadn't had to experience that. Mm-hmm. Because Mike Krzyzewski stayed there for so long and had so much success, right? All right, let's get a couple things here from Coach Grant McClasland. First, this is Coach McClasland on learning from the Northern Colorado game from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah, well, we had a good practice today. The ownership in regards to our team, I think we're growing in that area. It was obvious that we had some significant breakdowns, and that's where, as a coach, got to start deciding if those breakdowns become so consistent that you need to change personnel and give other guys a try. And I thought we've tried to build this ramp up knowing that we've had, limited time and trying to go from game to game. And some of it's game planning and some of it's practice habits. And we've seen positive results from our practices. And so I was a little shocked in regards to what we saw against Northern Colorado and some of the breakdowns. And some of it was effort. And that's where we're not going to tolerate it. So felt like effort was better communication. We just got to keep making improvements. This team's got the right pieces. We just got to make sure that we're playing with an edge.
There's a lot there. I think I liked everything he said there.
I like the fact that he thinks that they have the right pieces.
Yeah.
I hope that's true. Mm-hmm. I hope that's true. The part about playing with an edge, I completely agree with him. It doesn't look like they're playing with an edge right now.
Yeah. And then, effort, we're not going to tolerate a lack of effort. I mean, I think he says what he means. I don't think he sugarcoats.
Okay.
I don't think he sugarcoats. I think he's point on.
But does he say what he feels?
I feel like he does.
I think that's the better way to say that.
Okay. I think he says what he feels, yeah.
Yes.
He says what he feels. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
go back to last year. He was the one that said that he hadn't heard about an injury in a press conference.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do get that he is a very much straight shooter when it comes to comments that he makes.
I am not disagreeing. I'm sorry. I was making reference to I felt like it's different to say what you mean than say what you feel.
Okay.
Okay. Is he being honest?
Yes, I believe he's being honest.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I believe
I don't believe
straight shooter.
I don't believe he accidentally says things.
No.
And that's what my point was about. Say what you mean or say what you feel.
Yeah. No, he's a straight shooter. How about that?
I completely agree.
Straight shooter.
Okay.
All right. One of the big challenges tomorrow for the Red Raiders is going to be Cameron Boozer. That's his Carlos' son, and he'll be there, I'm sure. It's all his brother who plays. But Cameron is the better of the twins. He's averaging 23 a game, 10 rebounds a contest, so it's a double-double for him. And he shoots pretty well from the free throw line, too. So here is Coach McClasland on handling Cameron Boozer.
Yeah, obviously, Boozer's not only a great talent, he's just a competitor. You can tell he's a winner. I mean, look at the end of the Arkansas game as a common opponent that we both played, and he just took the Arkansas game over down the stretch and ended up with 30-whatever points. And just that's what I respect about him. I mean, you can tell, like everybody, you ebb and flow through trying to figure out what your role is going to be and how you're going to score and how you're going to defend. But it feels like when the game's on the line, he brings a competitive edge to their team that separates him as a competitor.
He's really good. I mean, and you look at and see Carlos Boozer sitting in the stands, you feel like that guy looks like he could still play, Jamie.
Does he?
Yeah, to a degree, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, one last thing from Coach McClasland. This will not take long. He was asked, you have to pay really attention. No?
It is not just two.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay.
We do not have time. We can do that on the other side.
Okay.
Well, we got Jamie's
we'll get to it.
later.
I thought it was only 2 seconds long.
Nope.
Okay.
A lot longer than that.
A lot longer than that. All right, we'll get to that. But Jamie's question of the day is next here this morning on the morning drive. We'll get to Coach McCasland's thought about his defense if it's at a point where he's surprised where it's at. We'll get to that.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, I got 2 questions for you today.
Okay. Are they easy?
I don't know. Be for you to decide.
Can we make them hard? I mean.
I think we can.
Okay. We've proven that we can make anything, any question hard. All right.
Okay. Of the 4 college football playoff games this weekend, which one do you think will be the closest? Mm-hmm. The final score. Which one do you think will be the closest? And of the 2 Texas Tech basketball games this weekend, which one do you think Texas Tech has the best chance to win?
Wow. Okay. Those are toughies. Okay, the closest score for the college football playoff games, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I think Alabama-Oklahoma is going to be close. I think it's going to be I'm not going to give you a score yet because I don't know if I'm going to hold myself to the score, but I'll say this. I think it's within a touchdown. Okay?
Okay.
Does that answer your question? Good enough?
That's fine.
Okay. Of the 2 basketball games, you're playing number 3 Duke against, you're playing number 3 Duke in New York, and then the Lady Raiders are playing Baylor on Sunday. I think the Lady Raider game against Baylor, I think they're going to win that game.
Okay. I feel like Alabama-Oklahoma is the layup answer for the closest game since it's an 8-9 matchup, so I don't want to say that. I will then look at the number 7 and number 10 A&M Miami game.
Okay.
As the closest game.
And you're picking Miami to win.
I am picking Miami to win this game, partially because of my hatred for the Aggies and partially because I think Miami's going to go into College Station and get a win. But it doesn't mean it's going to be a dominating win, just a close win. As for the basketball, no Luke, no Wayno for this basketball team right now, and you're facing the number 3 Duke in New York, which, let's be honest, that won't be a split field house. That will be predominantly Duke. Yeah.
Why do you say that? Just because they're a nationwide team?
Proximity. Yeah. Your fan base is still all in on the football team right now. We've been to Madison Square Garden before, so everybody who's like a couple of times, so everybody that's wanted to go see it has gone to go see it now. Not saying that there won't be any Red Raiders there, but we're locked in on football season still.
As we should be.
I'm not saying we did this wrong. Yeah. I'm just saying that's going on. And yeah, that could be a 20-point loss. I don't think the Lady Raiders lose by 20s, so I will take the Lady Raiders for the closer, better chance to win basketball game.
Okay. I think all 6 games will be decided by double figures or more.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
Okay, well, I'll save that one then. You got that one?
Check.
You're going to have to say. You're going to have to say it again. Yeah, you got to talk again.
Just to make it easier to find when we do it later.
Yeah.
Okay. I think all 6 games decided by double digits. I think Bama and Oklahoma is the closest one. Okay. And I feel like the Lady Raiders will be the closer of the 2 losses in basketball.
Okay. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Lady Raiders need to stay out of foul trouble to win, though. Yes, you're exactly right. I think they need to quit turning the ball over. I mean, you can't have the unforced errors that you've had. You got to take care of the basketball. This Oklahoma and Alabama will be the closest. The Lady Raiders have the best chance to win. They've been playing at a high level so far. They've been playing a lot better. They've been playing better. They're better offensively. They're better defensively. We're going to see how much better they are when you play a team that's ranked. This is the first time you're going to play a ranked team, so we're going to see. But I agree. They've been playing good. Coaching-wise, whose game plan would you trust with more extra time to prepare, and what does that say about in-game adjustments? Okay. It's kind of unrelated to what we're talking about, so probably should have saved that one.
Are we including the football games or just the basketball?
I think that's kind of a little bit of both.
Okay,
just a little bit of both. But why do you think the Alabama-Oklahoma game will be double digits? Do you just think there's just too much Oklahoma there?
Yeah, and them playing at home. Yeah. I just, and probably a little bit of recency bias the opposite way, and just seeing Alabama just kept completely dominated by Georgia. I mean,
okay.
they got punked by Georgia.
They did.
They did not look good at all.
Yeah. So if I'm listening to you, I'm hearing that all 4 home teams are going to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't think James Madison's going to win by 10? Come on, Jamie.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something. Something shocking.
That'd be something. Yes. Something shocking. Yes. 7:38 this morning here on the Morning Drive. We'll have NFL football in the air for you on Sunday. Specifically, the Cowboys and the Chargers from Dallas or Arlington. Chiefs will play in Tennessee. Both those times are 11 a.m. on 100.7 The Score for the Chiefs and Double T 97.3 at 11 for the Cowboys. They're going to put Matt Eberflus in the box, Jamie, thinking that...
Can they leave him there?
Is he the problem, or are the players on the field the problem?
Yes.
Or is it really the owner's box that's the problem?
Yes.
They're going to put him in the owner's box? Maybe they should just put him in the owner's box and let him sip cocktails and put Jerry in there.
The owner's a good one. The general manager who's not a great one.
The owner's a terrible owner because he won't fire his general manager. He's got a general manager that does stupid things, and he won't fire him.
You know, one of the things that I think is just the funniest thing ever, and we don't see this with other... But the group of henchmen with Jerry that walk to the locker room after every game, I just think it's the funniest damn thing ever. Just watching them, their body language, Jerry's out in front, it's like, it's just I don't know, I find it very odd, but that's part of the Cowboy experience, right?
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Have I told you that I'm jealous of that?
Yep.
I am really jealous of that. I mean, I think it's outstanding.
I'm sure Pantera will be pleased.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. But I mean, just the whole Dallas Stars.
Who are you jealous for?
I'm jealous that none of the teams that I like have something like that.
Well, do you have a hockey team?
I don't have a hockey team. I mean, if you were to tell me a team that I would want to see have success, I would say the Dallas Stars. That's what I would say. But I would also tell you that I can't sit here honestly say that I understand the sport of hockey. And then I know that all of you are like, oh, buddy, Chuck, what do you understand?
That wasn't where I was going to go with that. But
what sport do you understand, Chuck? Because it sure doesn't seem like you understand any. I've been listening to you for 15 years. You really don't know what you're talking about anyway, so why wouldn't you think you could just go ahead and talk about hockey? The views of opinions of Chuck Heinz are not necessarily those of Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, or this station. We come to you, Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, and I. My name is Chuck Heinz from the First United Bank Studio. Take your thoughts and comments on the Yates Flooring Center chat line.
I need a drink after that.
Visual Edge IT hotline is open too at 806-771-0973.
I think there's a bottle of whiskey in somebody's chest.
I think this blue water is stout enough.
We need some eggnog or some rumplemint this morning. Kind of put everything down in perspective. Yeah. It is almost the holidays anyway. Kind of just mail it in. Although, man, they are sure cracking the whip around here. Whew. Man. It's like, do it. Remember.
Hey. He's not.
He's not.
He's given half the staff every day off this week. You should be nice to this one more often. Maybe
I know.
we'd
I
get
am
a
nice
day
to
off.
him. I am nice to him. Been in the truck 3 minutes. Chuck is in a mood, I guess. No, I'm actually in a good mood. Very good mood. I just was jealous of the Dallas Stars thing. That's it.
And they play the Anaheim Ducks tonight, so go Stars. After winning last night against San Jose.
Okay. You talked about this in the Boom 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 with the All-America honors that have been divvied out for Texas Tech. The 2025 Football Writers Association of America included 3 Red Raiders on its team yesterday, tying for the third most selections among all schools, David Bailey and Jacob Rodriguez. That's they were named first team, capping their week as unanimous All-Americans, first team All-Americans. Lee Hunter named to the second team. It is the 7th and 8th time a Red Raider's been a unanimous All-American. I heard the guys talking about this yesterday, and I heard you guys talking about it on the bottom line, you and Choice. Is there a name on here that surprised you from the past? You're like, oh, I've forgotten about that. Because here's the previous All-Americans, Mark Bounds from 1991. That might have been a name that might have surprised you. Like, oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, probably.
Punter.
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody knew he was a great one.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit of a guy that's, I don't want to say forgettable, but just because he was a punter, it's hard to remember.
And that wasn't a very good team either. Zach Thomas in 95, Byron Hanspard in 96. Crabtree is the only one that's been twice unanimous All-American, 07 and 08. And then Jason Morrow, another one that you go, had kind of forgotten about that, 2013, as Texas Tech's all-time unanimous All-American selections. My question for you, offensively, you haven't had any of this. Are those guys being overlooked? Anybody on the offense being overlooked?
No, I don't think so. I mean, just that you were really balanced. I mean, I feel like Cam Dickey could have made that ESPN's top 50 players in the college football playoff.
Okay.
He's the one guy I have questions about.
Howard Sampson maybe on the offensive line?
Maybe.
But, I mean, if you look, I guess, at the production, of...
I mean, if Barron had played more second halves, yes, He would have probably put up numbers that would have been deserving, but where the numbers are now, I don't really think so.
Okay. So, and none of the receivers really had.
Oh, you spread the ball around.
Spread the ball around. Yeah. So it's not like you could say, well, this guy had Crabtree type numbers or.
No, it wasn't the case at all.
It wasn't the case at all, yeah. This from Bullfighter. I'd pay a ton of money. How much? A ton of money to drink a whiskey and Coke with JL. Would you drink a whiskey and Coke or a rum and Coke or something and Coke with Bullfighter?
Could I just drink Coke with him?
Or Mountain Dew, maybe?
Could I just drink Coke? I mean, I don't really prefer the whiskey or the rum or whatever.
Whatever.
I just like it straight.
Straight up on the rocks?
I prefer it straight.
Yeah, but I mean on the rocks with ice.
I prefer it straight.
No ice?
I prefer out of a bottle or a can that's been in the refrigerator, yes, over ice. The ice waters it down.
Okay, no ice.
Makes it into a diet soda.
Okay, who knew?
Yeah.
I thought about you on Sunday in Odessa. I went by a, and I don't know how you would have taken this. I went by a machine that had Pepsi, and I'm like, I wonder if they got Mountain Dew in there. And then it was a Pepsi machine that had Gatorade and stuff in it. I was going to take a picture of it and send it to you. I'm like, hey, they got Gatorade here, or they got Mountain Dew here in Odessa.
That's good.
But you probably would have just went, oh my God, why is Chuck texting me? I got this stupid picture of a bottle of Mountain Dew.
I have never sent Jamie a picture of Mountain Dew and him be upset.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
I just love how much everybody thinks I drink it. Like it's just it's just nonstop, one after the other.
Right. It is your favorite beverage.
It is.
You have limited your consumption of it in the recent years, but you do enjoy.
But when I choose something, that's what I choose.
Joy, you choose Mountain Dew. Yeah.
But 90% of the time, I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck, it's called Consensus All-American. Yeah, I'm just reading off the press release here. So, but you're right. That's correct. Jason Morrow surprised me. Battled injuries most of his career. Yeah, that 2012 game against West Virginia where he ruptured his spleen or whatever it was.
Oh man.
Remember? And
yeah.
We'd have Coach Tuberville on every Thursday. He's day to day. Okay. And then he finally got into a game, and then he punched a guy, and he was out for that game, second half. And then started off the season on the list as well, the bad list.
The bad list.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.